G'day folks, this video I'm going to tell you all about my ferry trip from Saranda to Corfu. I'll tell you about the booking process, the boarding process, give you a bit of a rundown of the specific ferry, the Ionian Sun, and hopefully some shots of departing and arriving from the deck. Stick around and I'll give you the full rundown. G'day guys, so here I am. I'm on the Ionian Sun, which is the ferry that I was mentioning goes across to Corfu. It's, to say the least, a bit on the dated side. I'm going to show you some footage of the downstairs and mid-deck cabin areas. I did try to go up to the top deck, but it is packed. Every man and his dog is on the top deck. And so I thought, I'm not going to bother. Basically, it's not that different to the rear mid-deck cockpit. That is to say, it's just an open deck area with some pretty basic, cheap and nasty looking outdoor furniture to sit at, which it's actually the same outdoor furniture I had in my flat or my apartment in Saranda, and I know it's as uncomfortable as hell. So I'm not sitting out there. So I'm going to flip the camera around and just check out the standard of the cabin, because it's I reckon at best 1970s at best. Flip the camera around now and there you go. So she's very dated. Downstairs you will see is a slightly different layout, but same sort of issue. Look at the upholstery here. I mean, that's a good few decades worth of arm grease and sunscreen and all sorts of stuff there. That's the outer cockpit, which I'm hopefully going to have other footage of. I'm not sure how good the footage was when I got on board, but check out the standard of maintenance on this thing. So yeah, Ionian Sun, I believe this is what they call the fast ferry. There are two ferries from Saranda to Corfu, the fast ferry and the slow ferry, and I think that one that you can actually see right behind me there is the slow ferry, because it's also boarding at the same time as this one. As you can see, it was a pretty nice day as we sailed out of the port of Saranda. This is probably a good time to give you some information on the process I use for booking. The booking process through the actual ferry website's a little bit clumsy and it keeps failing. So I actually went through, there's a website called Omio, which is a travel bookings website. You can book buses, you can book ferries, you can book all sorts of things through them. So I went through them. I'll put a link on the screen here for you to see and a link in the description. Booked in through there. At the time I didn't have a clue really what ferry I was booking. I just needed to book something to have an exit point for when I came through immigration. So it cost me a total of it cost me €15, plus there were some add-on booking fees that Omio charge, which are pretty small. I brought it up to probably around about €18. So it's a pretty simple process to make the booking through the Omio website. I'm sure there's other websites you can also use, but that's the one that I ended up using. So a couple of things I can talk about straight up. Also, there's no one on the deck with me, so this is all nice and private, so I can talk while we're sailing. A couple of things I've noticed. First, if you are someone who's likely to feel a bit seasick, I would encourage you not to travel on this particular vessel. This cabin and the aft deck, so it really doesn't matter where I am, I'm outside or inside, absolutely reeks of diesel fume. So they've obviously got some serious issues with the ventilation. If you're prone to seasickness, that's going to make you feel a lot worse. So have a think about one of the other companies, probably the Fast Ferry if you can work out which one it is, because I don't actually know now. But yeah, this one, I mean, it's moderately comfortable enough. I don't get seasick. You'd have to get a much bigger seat or I'll even feel a bit queasy. That said, I'm not really enjoying the diesel exhaust. On the flip side, I definitely was enjoying the amazing views of Corfu as we came across the strait and started travelling into Corfu Bay. As you can see the new and old fortress from the approach here. Really picturesque way of entering the city. So all in all, it's definitely a ferry trip that's well worthwhile doing if you have the chance to do it. Even if you just go for a day trip to Corfu, experience the ferry and then experience Corfu, absolutely worthwhile doing. Okay, so that's that. Just got off the ferry. I'm now in the arrivals area outside the immigration area. All very straightforward. Cruisy. I was going to walk to the Airbnb, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. So it's at least a half hour, 45-minute walk. So I'm thinking one of these taxis over here is going to be the thing, unless they're extremely expensive. So I'll go and ask one of them how much it costs. So that's the end of this, other than I'll just stick up a little slide here now, and what I'll do is I'll put the taxi fare in as well, because I'm actually going to the old town area of Corfu. That'll give you a bit of an idea of what that costs. So it'll be the cost of the ferry itself and the cost of a taxi. Okay, cheers guys.